Welcome, sweet, sweet internet, to the two white snake lovinest guys on the planet. Why, it's me, your good buddy, Uncle Ben.
And me, Hollywood Steve!
We're dead and lovely, and we're here to tell you guys about what top 3 horror movies you should be watching on the Netflix this month, April 2019.
Go watch them with your peepers.
Get 'em, Steve, get 'em!
Starting out from dusk till dawn. It's a movie about criminals.
Don't tell them, there's spoilers.
Oh, sorry. There are no criminals in it.
No.
Juliette Lewis is not in it.
No,
Nope.
There may or may not be a George Clooney.
Oh, that's for sure that there may or may not
You have
be.
to find out.
Mhm.
Might be a Quentin Tarantino.
He might be acting in this.
Could
and
be.
He might be acting like a creep.
Might have Cheech or Chong. You'll have to decide which one. You gotta watch it and find out.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
one, maybe
but
both.
it definitely does have Tom Savini in it. And
That's a fact.
He has a dick gun.
So that's worth watching the whole
Yeah,
movie for.
seriously,
sure.
go watch From Dusk Till Dawn. It came out in 1996. You've had years and years to get to it. Go now.
I assume that if you're watching this, you probably know about the movie. But if you don't, do save yourself and let it be
Sure.
a surprise. And if you do know about it, share it with a loved one or friend that doesn't know about it. Don't tell them nothing about it, and just enjoy the look of shock and surprise on their face.
Yeah.
And 70% of the way through the movie,
Yeah, it becomes a different movie.
completely changes gears.
Mhm.
I've always wanted a movie to do that, just to start off one way and then turn into something completely non-related.
Well, guess what? Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, they nailed it for you.
They done did it, and it's an awesome, super fun flick. If you want to hear all of our thoughts on it, be sure to check out episode 30 of our award-deserving podcast, Dragon Blackley.
Dragon Blackley, we love you.
I think that was actually the first in-person episode we did after you moved here from the West Coast. if I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe so.
We held hands, we held feet.
We did a seance.
We had
light as
one-
a feather, stiff as a board.
We had the one noodle in between us.
And we just
Met in the
kept
middle.
sucking on it, met in
Yeah.
the middle, and then
Oh,
we
whoops,
sucked
an
each other
accident.
inside out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came out of you, you came out of me.
Yeah,
and then we
exactly.
were inside out, boy.
Any questions?
I hope not. I don't have any answers.
Alright, Steve, my number dose on this list is one that it might be a little bit of a stretch to call it a horror movie, unless you consider a good time being thrown in a well by a crazy person who might kind of be a neo-Nazi and tucks his ding-dang between his legs and dances around and is really good at guessing women's dress sizes and stuff. If you think that's cool and that's a good time, then no, Silence of the Lambs is not a scary movie. But if you're like me, you think that sounds horrifying. So thusly, it's a scary movie. One of the greatest of all times, in fact.
Also, there's a feller in there what eats other people,
Yeah, he does. He's been known to take a bite out of you. Just
and that's scary.
chomp. It's pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what makes the Silence of the Lambs so scary to me, is there's nothing in it that's unrealistic. You know?
No, it's like it could easily be considered just a thriller.
Yeah, or
but it
fun.
has the elements of horror in there that I think definitely tip it over into horror.
Oh yeah, definitely. And especially those ending scenes where like Buffalo Bill's chasing her through the catacombs with
Yeah.
the night vision goggles. That's actually more suspenseful and on the edge
Yeah.
of your seat scary than 95% of all horror movies that I see.
And POV, just like a slasher film, so
Yeah,
it
there's that
brings you into that sort of slasher feeling.
Also, one of the scariest things is Jodie Foster's horrific Southern accent. So bad.
It's not very good.
So bad.
No.
But it's one of the all-time greats. Of course, Anthony Hopkins does an amazing, incredible job as Dr. Hannibal
Yeah.
Lecter
Yeah, so good they brought him back twice.
twice.
Mhm.
So be sure to watch Silence of the Lambs if you haven't already. Again, maybe it's horror, maybe it's not, but it's up to you to find out.
We want you to find out.
Rate and review on iTunes.
Now, Ben, you convinced me to put this on the list. It's a little movie that I think is okay, but you're telling me we need to recommend it to our fans?
Okay.
All right.
Let me susplain this to you a little
Susplain.
bit. Let me susplain to you.
Susplain.
So, on its own, watching Kevin Smith's Tusk
Uh-huh.
is a strange,
It's
surreal, kind of funny,
Yeah.
kind of confusing ride of a
Yeah.
movie. If you just go into it uninitiated, it is all of those things
Sure.
and more. But as a longtime Kevin Smith fan and a huge fan of his podcast, Smodcast, which he does with his buddy and producer Scott Mosier all the time. I've listened to that show for absolutely ever, and a couple of years ago on episode 259 of Smodcast, there was an episode called The Walrus and the Carpenter.
Well, what?
In which they read what turned out to be a fake Gumtree ad, which is kind of like British Craigslist, about this guy who was looking for a lodger in his home, and he was willing to provide free room and board as long as the guy dressed up in a walrus suit every day,
like
for 20
you do.
minutes or whatever. Yeah,
like you do.
And they didn't know at the time that this whole thing was fake. It was a setup by this guy who does stuff like this all the time. So basically, on the air of this podcast, which is just a live taped conversation, you know, they kind of go through and they're like, oh my God, this is the making of a horror movie. And this is what would happen. And there'd be this guy that goes to the house and he gets sewn into a walrus costume and stuff. And so, considering that I was kind of there as a listener at ground zero, at the inception of this idea,
Right.
I think it just made it such a more interesting thing to watch the movie, knowing that you were there at the moment of its creation. Like, you weren't there whenever you know, Michelangelo carved the David out of the marble. You weren't there.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there when David Lee Roth sang "Just a Gigolo." You weren't
I wasn't there for that, no.
Yeah, but whenever you listen to that podcast and then see the movie, it's really cool. That's a unique experience that you don't often get to be there for. You usually just see the end result, not the inception.
Yeah, I would say definitely listening to the episode of the podcast changed the way I saw the movie.
Oh, for sure.
We talked about it in episode 53 of our podcast.
Oh!
We got into it. In fact, that was our 1-year anniversary podcast.
Aw.
Yeah, that's the paper anniversary, so we gave each other paper airplanes.
So anyway, Tusk is definitely a fun watch. Again, especially if you're a Kevin Smith fan, there's tons of Easter eggs and references to the universe that Smith has created with his Jay and Silent Bob and all that stuff. So if you're a fan, you'll enjoy it. I think that if you didn't listen to the podcast, though, you'd probably be really confused.
Yeah, why would somebody do this? You would say. What is a podcast, you'd also ask?
What is love?
Lady, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me no more.
No more.
So there you go, guys. Our dead and lovely top 3 horror flicks that you should watch this month on the Netflix. Let us know in the comments below which ones we left out that maybe we ought to consider watching. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for new videos all the time, as well as ring a ding the bell so that way you get notifications every time we put up some new Vidya Gold.
Hey, you can check us out on the Twitter, on the Instagram, at Dead Lovely Pod. We have a Facebook group. It's called Dead and Lovely Horror something, blah, 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 blah. You'll figure it out. Yeah, we do need you, though.
Yeah.
Also, you can email us at deadandlovelypod@gmail.com.
Yes, indeed. Send us beers.
Oh, yeah, please.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Boing, boing, woo.
I fly like pepper, get high like plane. Get me at the border, I got pieces of my neck. Come around here, working all day. All I wanna do is... Nothing? No? Could've been a duet.
Could have been a duet. Sorry.